What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are at Smoky Mountain Truck Fest 2024. This is our first dyno competition back with the 05 with its new engine. We kind of told you guys what's going on in the previous video of breaking the engine in. This roller is kind of similar to my roller. A lot of the dyno competitions that we've done before is on the Superflow dyno. So interesting to see what the 05 will put down on some of these smaller rollers. We are tested. We spent a lot of time on my dyno getting ready for this event. Hopefully the power gets to the roller and we don't have any issues. Knock on wood. So we might run into a little bit of rain. It's kind of just a little bit different of a challenge to kind of put something of this magnitude, that's a big word, magnitude, on some of these smaller dynos. So it's going to be interesting to see what we can lay down. We got David Petrick over here, WOT Motorsports. Stay tuned, strap in. We're going to change some wheels and tires, get the truck prepped up. We might make a run Friday just to test to make sure everything seems to be good. Saturday is kind of like the bigger show days, so we have enough nitrous to make a couple passes. But we're on Friday, so we'll see what happens here a little later on. Hopefully the rain holds off.
Hey man, what's it doing right now?
We did our intro to the video and it literally just started raining. Rain and a wet dyno roller, it's no bueno. Can't do much with that. Not even gonna try. Not even gonna try. We need optimal conditions to lay down the law. And rain is not an optimal condition. That'd be the opposite of optimal. Unoptimal.
Inoptimal.
All concerned about mile an hour?
So yours should be the same. It limits at like 165.
The dyno is?
Yes.
My runs go to 200. So you can still watch it, it just won't be on the graph?
It just won't show a graph.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So
we can see where it hits up here. So we can watch this number.
Is that the power?
That's the horsepower.
Does it go further than that?
Yes, it does.
I'm going to wrap around to probably about like here.
I have it just set there. I have it set there because most of the trucks don't ever go over that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm lucky if I see one and break that number, okay?
Just come to find out, his dyno does not like super high mile an hour. From our dyno runs we were testing at my shop, we're running the truck pretty high in the RPM to keep the engine in its happy place, but it computes to a pretty high mile an hour, which isn't really normal. So that's why we're testing Friday to kind of like see what we need to do. We'll see if his dyno likes that mile an hour. He doesn't. He already said it doesn't like above 165. So I know we're well above that, but we'll have to see if we can get it to land. It's a little wild. I want Michael to look at it because it felt different than ours.
I don't get to play at this level, so it's pretty cool to see my dyno handle this level.
Well, we did.
And it gave us a graph, right?
Yeah.
That means we didn't overspeed it.
Oh, we did. It was throwing the warning.
The warning? Okay, full send it.
It was throwing the warning.
Awesome,
It did? Okay. Like I let out a little early. Was it still climbing?
Yes.
Why are you lifting, bro? Why are you lifting?
Oh. Okay,
That's why it only made 25. I got nervous. I got nervous.
Good to go.
I got nervous, man. All right, we'll make 27.50 tomorrow.
Kept going right there.
Congrats, man.
Kept going.
You alright?
I'm good. That was awesome. Adrenaline through the roof, dude.
2538 on our dyno rip. As you guys can see over here, we got my man David Petrick over here. He's going to be the same caliber truck that we are, pretty much the only other one that's going to be running this weekend. So it's really kind of a showdown between me and David. He's going to make a pass tonight, Friday, and kind of see where he's at. Similar setup to my 05, pretty rowdy. Let's put down some big numbers, but we laid down 2538, sent the tune to Michael, kind of looked at some stuff compared to the big numbers that we put down on my dyno. The weather here is definitely drastically changing how much power the truck is capable of making. So we definitely have some adjustments that we can make to make more than that, but certainly not unhappy with 2538. That's a monster number, the highest horsepower that Blessed has ever done on their dyno, as far as I think I know. But David is certainly capable of throwing down a number if everything lines up. So we're gonna watch him, and then we're gonna do it all over again tomorrow. See if we can't make a little more power. So super pleased, super happy. Truck is doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm ecstatic. Again, huge thank you to everybody who helps with the truck. Not sound like a broken record, but SNS, Amsoil, Fleece Freedom, Michael on the keyboard, so many people, Logan for the trans, like just everyone making that truck what it is. Couldn't do it by myself, not even close. So let's get this party started tonight. Saturday, day 2 at Smoky Mountain Truck Fest. A little bit of explanation kind of needed with some stuff that we figured out last night with data on the dyno, data on our Motec stuff. Blessed dyno is a dyno jet, which has a speed limiter setting inside of like their software, which basically the graph stops reading above like 165 miles an hour, which our dyno pulls, because we do them at such a high RPM, because where my truck makes power at, it stops reading on the graph. So 2538, come to find out, was actually where the speed limiter stopped at 4,400 RPM. I'm not trying to gloat numbers, but I know where my truck makes peak power at, and it is well beyond that. We did record the RPM and the horsepower dial indicator, which Matt from Blessed literally said, if the speed limiter cuts out, we can't go back in and like slow-mo and data that. You have to video it yourself. So matching up the RPM with our data logger stuff with the RPM on the dyno software, the truck actually made somewhere around like 2850, almost 2900 horsepower yesterday. So we fixed a couple things up in the tune just to really compensate for the weather. Hopefully it just lays down the same. We did have some tire issues, so we swapped to our different set of same M&Hs. But David last night put down 1700. He's working through some nitrous stuff, so hopefully he can kind of pull back up here, throw down a good number. But we're just about ready to pull up and hopefully lay down at least the same or a little bit better number. But that's kind of the story on the dyno jet. Again, it's almost like a racetrack. Every dyno is different, every day is different. We're playing with weather, we're playing with track or dyno racing, so to say. So pretty crazy number to even be close to that, even 3,000 mark. That's not what we're intended on doing. We know that the truck makes 2750 on the nose on our dyno, so it might read a little higher here or whatnot, but we're here to put on a good show, and truck's running good and about to make our second pass.
She's checking the graph. Their graph showed 2688.
Hey man, you're pegged at 3K.
Oh, it made 3,000. Woo!
Right at 3?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job, dude.
3,000.
Good job.
How was it?
It was fucking rowdy, absolutely rowdy. So much fun. Like, again, man. Fucking badass.
3,000 on the Blessed dyno.
3,000
Oh, yeah.
on the Blessed Performance dyno. That's so badass. That's so freaking badass.
Like-
Again, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Thank you.
We're here to put on a show.
Oh, yeah.
We did. We did that.
I'm gonna text Michael 3,000, put the mister wherever you want it. We'll recap on the 3,000 horsepower pull here in a little bit. Cole, we're doing a little 900,000 horsepower shootout with our man Tommy T-Can and Cole Killa over here. Hasn't been dynoed since my dyno at 913. So we'll see we'll see at 900 if anything's different here. So, what did he do? He did 900, right?
913 on your dyno.
No, Tommy.
Oh, Tommy, yeah, Tommy did 900 even.
900. So we're trying to beat 900. I thought you said 805.
Oh, 905.
Oh, 905.
Cool, we're good then.
Oh. Well,
I
let's.
thought you said 805.
Yeah, I swear you said 805. I was like, we're over.
Hell yeah!
We're over here.
Good.
We're over here crying like we gotta make up 100 horse. I'm like, shit.
Tommy!
Picking up 100 horse at.
Hey, Tommy!
Thumbs down! Hey, Cole, your next license plate, T-Can Killer.
Yes. Ordered.
Guys, as you can see, we are back home from another amazing weekend, another awesome Smoky Mountain Truck Fest. Honestly, such an insane weekend. A lot of time going into the prep of that event on our dyno to kind of hit those big numbers. Executed perfectly well. Had an amazing weekend with all the guys, everybody, and just kind of coming home with the actually the awards over there. 2024 Smoky Mountain King of the Dyno from the 05. Again, just a brief kind of little explanation on what was happening with the Blessed Dyno. Matt and all those guys there, absolutely awesome dudes. They love to have a good time. It was super awesome dynoing the truck with Matt. Everything went perfect. We did take a little bit of time on Saturday to kind of get the truck absolutely perfect on those rollers. Couple challenges going into the weekend. Number one, his roller on his dyno is narrower than anything that we deal with here or on other dynos, so we brought the different set of hole shots than we've used before, the M&H tires that we've used before that we don't exactly prefer to use because of the speed, but overcame that. Took a little bit of time on Saturday to kind of set the truck up, get it perfectly centered so we didn't have any overhang. That was some of the delay on Saturday, but ran the truck flawless. The Dyno Jet software that he uses cuts off the graph at 165. That doesn't mean the truck is done making power. My truck makes power well past 165 mile an hour, which kind of equates to around 42 to 43, 4,400 RPM. So the initial number on Friday, what we originally thought 2,500, we didn't discover later that late Friday night talking with Michael going over data that, man, like we recorded the other side of his graph, which recorded mile an hour, which recorded RPM and power. The two dial gauges that swept, they are actually accurate, and that is exactly what Matt told us. He's like, hey, if the graph cuts out at 165, if your truck's making power beyond that, make sure you guys are live recording that on the other side. So we matched up RPM with our Motec data and all of the dyno graphs that we've done here. And you can see the power dial gauge on the first run go to like 28, 2850, something like that on Friday. So the truck actually, again, made 2800-ish on Friday. So Saturday, we didn't add any more power. All we did, because the power stuck on the dyno, was kind of move some stuff around, kind of like how we had it here. So ended up throwing down a 3K number on the Blessed Dyno, highest horsepower that Matt has ever put down on that dyno. The same tune-up that we left here with, just again, different weather, different dyno, different scenario. That's what it put down on that day on that dyno. So, insane, just honestly insane. This thing is such a beast. Again, I know I thanked everybody in the middle of the video because we already threw down such a monster number. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't be more ecstatic of having the truck back, doing some of these smaller dyno competitions. I saw a comment. We will be racing the truck again. I'm not sure if it'll be before the end of the year or not. We're kind of just focusing on what I'm enjoying. And what I'm enjoying is running the truck on the dyno, making some power. We've got a lot of other big changes coming through the winter for the truck. The truck is technically turned down right now. It is not anywhere near the amount of power that we were trying to lay down at UCC. So believe it or not, the truck is turned down, and we're just going to keep it there and enjoy it the rest of the season, hit some of these smaller dyno events, and just have some fun with it. But obviously, names are on the window, guys. SNS, Amsoil, Fleece Freedom, Michael, Cole, Dawson. I mean, the list is really endless. Like this machine, this power, you can't do it by yourself. Not only running it, the company's behind it. Logan built for the insane 48. The amount of passes that we have testing this thing and at all of these events are way more than anybody sees. So I would say testing wise, even on the dyno before we left, we probably had at least 4 to 5 runs that were above 25 or 2600 horsepower, not to mention all the ones around 2000. I'm counting 2500 up. We've got so many passes on this transmission at that power level, in overdrive, locked up. The thing is just a tank. So I'm sure there's plenty of other people that I'm forgetting that have helped with this truck. Honestly, that help with all the builds in the shop. Can't be more thankful and appreciative to anybody who has helped us out get to where we are. It's crazy looking back at a year or two, or I'm not trying to make this a long sappy story, guys, but man, just keep pushing for your dreams. Doesn't matter how big, doesn't matter how small. Don't let anybody tell you they're dumb, because at one point 3,000 horsepower seemed like an absolutely insane feat that was never going to be achieved by anyone. So that's my little pep talk for this evening, guys. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button before you leave. Subscribe if you're not already. We'll see you guys next event, Mid-Michigan. We will be doing burnouts. We'll have the 05. They have a fuel-only dyno competition, something that this truck has never done before ever in its life. This thing has ran on nitrous for the longest time. So we're going to do some testing on fuel only to see what we can do for that dyno competition, but we'll be at Mid-Michigan. We will be at Blake Fitzgerald's event. Might be some in between that, but those two for sure. And we have more burnouts to do. So anyway, appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys in the next video very soon. See ya.